Skyzone.Society.
Yo, what's going on to all my sports peeps out there? It's your favorite sports podcast. If you don't know the name, let me put you on game. It's the Zone of Sports Podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On one half for your host, your boy Big V. You know what I'm saying? For all my people on the YouTube, you can see my guy and his March Madness / we didn't make the tournament apparel. What's
got that
going
mad,
on, my guy?
You got that mad part right. I tell you that right now. Yo, it's your boy Corey, never telling the same old tired story. It's your boy COOL, especially on a day like today. Always wondering what the hell. It's your boy Cool C, never dated a floozy. For those out there in YouTube land, man, we got the sign out for you out back. Corey, Big Vito, what is going on, man?
Man, I'm feeling torn, you know what I mean? But we're gonna get us all this torn talk and my feelings here in a bit. I gotta let them know who we sponsored by, man. We sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. Make sure you shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com. Go over there, get you some hats, tees, get that new Mozzarella 2 and 1 and 2 out there right now. Go get it, man. Digital copies and some physicals, baby. You know what I mean? Oh, Corey. You know, I just want to let everybody out there know, today is a freelance pod, you know what I'm saying? I didn't hit my guy with no topics or nothing, but my guy, I can tell he kind of tight a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel
little bit ain't the word.
Oh man, so
super tight.
Let's I feel like we should start the pod off with the what the hell segment, Corey. You know what I'm saying?
It's such great timing, Big Vito. It's like you read my mind. I was hoping you'll let me kind of rock first with this segment. But first of all, let me go ahead and let the people know that he starts from the what the hell segment. Although the brainchild of my boy Big Vito Coleon, these thoughts are sponsored by me, and co-sponsored by my baby girl, and what the hell, man? Well, just in case you don't happen to know, Big V is right. This is the synergy between us two. He could tell when something's not quite right. I'm a smidge under the weather, but man, damn, that ain't the reason for my mood, Big V. You want to know the reason for my mood and what the hell goes to?
What's up, man?
The North Carolina Tar Heels. Big V, this is it's still my favorite time of the year because I still like to watch the March Madness. The format is just incredible. I love checking out the ladies. Shout out to a few teams. Shout out to the North Carolina Tar Heel ladies for handling their business. And also shout out to the East Carolina Pirates women for winning their tournament, doing what they're supposed to do. Because Big V, I'm almost certain that neither one of those teams that I just mentioned was number one in the country and then end up not making the tournament. So let me go ahead and get my blabber session out the way with North Carolina Tar Heels. What the hell is going on? Big V, I speak about this ever so often. It's a cautious optimism, a paranoia that I have with any team that I root for. I did not like to be ranked number one. I think the target on our back is big enough, but I understand why they did it. They typically, I don't follow the recruiting that much, but they normally do it. If you got X amount of players returning from said team from last year, the continuity is there. You got a whole bunch of things that's there. And you're it. Tag, you're it. You're number one. And Big V, that couldn't have been no more than a damn lie. Big V, we ain't been no number one. We sure as hell through the season ain't play like a number one. And I'm disappointed more so than really mad. I'm disappointed in North Carolina as a staff, record label, and as a damn crew, Big V. Let me kind of back it up a little bit. Coming into the season number one, okay, all right, okay, bit of a target on our back, but when you have this across your chest, you know what, Corey? I said to myself, it's target. You're gonna have that. The cost of doing business. I said, okay, I shoved that off to the side. Okay, all right, cool. We're gonna be a little bit tougher. A lot of people, national championships is going to be won off of beating us, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. It ain't nothing that we haven't done before. And then the season started to progress where we were kind of, us as fans were spoiled. And typically, I do love the way that we schedule. We kind of schedule a whole bunch of no-name people first, being that college don't really have a preseason per se.
Right.
And I'm looking at these games, and yes, they are judged. And beating these said teams isn't good enough, like a UNC Asheville or whoever, all due respect. You know, when we beat these guys, I want to beat them by 25 to 30 minimum.
Right.
But that wasn't the case.
It wasn't.
You know, a lot of these games, we were winning by 5 to 8 points.
Maybe.
You know, I'm like,
yeah.
All right, well, cool. Again, no preseason. You're getting your ducks in a row. You're getting ready for the season. No preseason like in other professional sports. But then the season kind of progressing. Typically, and I'm assuming that Roy used to do this. I'm not sure how much Coach Hubert David has to do with the schedule. Typically around like December, we'll normally have like your tougher competitions, whether it's like Ohio State, Texas, you know, just kind of 2 or 3 games of like names of a blue blood to kind of get you ready for conference play. And we lost all of those.
Every single last one of them.
Every single one. I could pull up the schedule, but it really doesn't matter. We lost. You know, I don't really care too much about this quad 1 versus quad 2 stuff, but the committee does. And Big V, we basically had no wins against a quad 1 until we beat Virginia about 2 weeks ago. And that quad 1 was a bit tainted because Boston College beat Virginia in that same week that we beat them. All right, transient, you know, property type deal. I get it. You win, you beat them, and you're better than them. Yada, 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 yada.
Right.
Big V, you could not tell me in my wildest dreams, though, that we was going to at least be a bubble team. But you couldn't tell me that. Because, Big V, we went through this last year. We went through the same thing last year. But do you know what? Albeit a little bit earlier, we caught fire, made it to the championship, and what happens? The expectations are reset and they're raised. But this year, I'm like, wait, what is this? Is Bill Murray and Groundhog's Day? What? Why does it kind of feel like the same exact thing happening? Even with Duke, the first time we played them last year, I think we got beat by like 20 or 30 points. Same deal this time. The first time we play them, we get blown out by like 20 plus. And I'm like, wow, this is really. So the point I'm getting at is that when I see this, I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe this is just a team. They got to have a little spark aligned up under their rear end. But Big V, there were some problems this year that I don't think we had last year. You had Armando Bacot calling team meetings, basically stating that if you don't want to be here, get out. Don't show up. If you do want to be here, show up on Thursday. I can't remember the opponent that we played. And I'm looking at this, and this is a mostly veteran-led team. You know, with RJ Davis and Caleb Love, you know, rounding out the big 3. With them, I'm quite sure they're at least juniors, you know, whatever. But, you know, whatever. So I'm kind of like, why does this conversation need to be had? What did you come back for? Why didn't y'all enter the transfer portal? So the point I'm getting at, Big V, is that if you're going to come back, you got to make it worth your while because, you know, some of these guys are good enough to go to the NBA. I don't think so, but somebody may tell them something different. And, you know, we get into, you know, we play Duke again. We lose that one. All right, cool. All right, fine, whatever. And then the ACC tournament plays. And again, Groundhog's Day, Bill Murray, Armando Bacot ankle goes down. Now, this is so alleged, but I heard that Caleb Love and RJ Davis was having issues with one another over a said female. Alleged. And I don't know how true this is. This is just stuff you hear, so you got to be careful with stuff like that. And I don't know how true that is. I don't know how not true it is. But something won't right. And Caleb Love, in particular, looked a little bit Russell Westbrookian when he took shots. Because last year, Big V, he said as much. He had a green light to basically shoot from anywhere. And this is why we fought Hubert Davis, where it's like, okay, young fella, and that green light, we might need to move that to a yellow light. You know, yellow light, you know. But oh no, jacks up threes. I mean, shoot them out the gym, stuff like that. And there was a little bit slither of hope this past Sunday. I watched the selection show, like I always do.
Right.
And I knew we weren't going to get in. I knew that. But boy, Big V, when I tell you that there was a sliver of hope,
same.
It was just like, you know, I think it came on at 6:00 and it was getting around 655.
Yeah.
And they had the last region done. And you know what gave me a little bit of pause, Big V? Michigan State. Michigan State, I can't remember the quad one percentage. Again, I don't keep up with that. But they basically had the same record that we do. And I get it. College, the record don't say everything.
Right.
And they got in.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to whine and say that we should have gotten in. My point is that we shouldn't have gotten in.
No.
And then not only do we not get in, we get invited to the NIT and we decline that.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you what we're going to do NIT. So we did decline that?
We declined it.
I'm going to speak on that when you're done. I'm going to speak on that.
Per Hubert Davis, he said this season has been long enough and we just need to work on moving forward for next year. No need to drag things out. Now, Big V, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Had the Tar Heels made the NIT, hell, I won't watch. I never watch them in the NIT. I can't. Like, that's just, I can't do it. The fandom in me won't let me do it. I know he's supposed to be a diehard fan, but well, then maybe I'm not diehard. I don't know what I am. All I know is that I'm pissed. And one thing that I liked about Roy Williams, he was like, hey, tough shit. You ain't make the tournament. Guess what? You got invited to this tournament. You are going to play. Now, this was obviously before the transfer portal the last time that we made the NIT. I'm not really sure how well that could be effectively done now if you tell someone like Baycott, who is a senior and with an ankle injury, someone who is like a Caleb Love or RJ Davis, where it's like, man, look, if we ain't playing for the guts and the glory, they don't want to play. Do they enter the transfer portal? So I get it's a little bit trickier than that. Do I blame Hubert for declining? Not really. Do I like the fact that he did it? Nah, not really about that either. So, you know, this season has probably, because of the expectations, it got to be one of the worst seasons I've ever seen. Words cannot describe how disappointed I am in the Carolina Blue. And what the hell, Big V?
I echo everything you said, man. I'm really surprised that us not taking the NIT bid. One of my friends hit me that watched the pod the other day and asked me over the weekend, did I think that we were going to do the NIT? I told him yes, because
we always do them.
I know us for it, you know, that kind of that's kind of us. It's kind of what we do. You know what I mean? Yeah. We tend to take on the invitations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We didn't make it over here. We're gonna do this one. I'm shocked. You know, yeah. Me personally, I still wanted to see them in some kind of action during this postseason. Man, I mean, what the hell, man?
What the hell, bro?
That's all I got, man. I did, just to speak on some other things with the Carolina team, just some other allegations. I noticed that Caleb Love didn't seem like himself either during that game. I pay attention to body language. His body language was off. Facial expressions was off. Something wasn't there. He wasn't even in the game. He wasn't in the game. Something was going on. I'm hearing talks too, allegedly. There's been some hating on Baycott throughout the team. And I don't know this to be true. I'm just putting this out there, what I'm getting ready to say. But I'm hearing there's some hating on the team with him and him getting that NIL money. They send he riding around in a Porsche, you know what I mean, on campus, you know what I mean? So some cats little tight over there, you know what I mean? You know, but I don't know. I'm just reporting what I'm hearing, you know what I mean? But something is off, man. Something is off. But speaking of off, Jimmy Garoppolo is off of the 49ers, Corey. You know, I want to, you know, let's transition to some NFL. You know, Corey, I'm not qualified to speak on certain things dealing with certain teams such as the 49ers, because I'm not a fan. You know, I know you was, so I'm going to defer all the 49ers business to my main man here. So, Corey, I got, you know, for the people that's been sleeping or you ain't been paying attention, you've been in a rock, ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast. Jimmy G has been traded to the Las Vegas Raiders, y'all. And he got a
Yeah.
bag. He got a bag, Corey. He went over, he got another bag. He just keep getting bags. He just keep getting bags. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? So he will be a part of the Raiders organization. So just when I thought that the news was over for y'all,
Yeah.
I get.
I know what you get ready to say.
I get. I get the news that Sam Darnold is now a 49ers, and I said, wait, is it Sam Darnold that stunk it up with the Panthers? That Sam Darnold? Hold up, so I had to pull out my phone. I said, well, let me check the 49ers roster because I know they got Trey Lance.
Yeah,
and I know they got my guy that was doing well in the postseason.
Brock Purdy.
I know they got Brock Purdy. But now you just bought in Sam Darnold on a year contract. And I was baffled. Corey, I got to ask somebody who is an executive of the 49er fandom.
Yeah.
Where does this leave y'all quarterback situation, Corey? I have to ask this directly. Is Sam Darnold going to start, Corey?
Big V, I'm going to tell you just like I told my wife. I was tight. The tightness of that of a newborn couldn't describe how tight I was when I saw this. I saw it on my local news. I ain't even see it on ESPN, Big V. So, with Sam Darnold, I think he is the biggest piece of NFL quarterback football trash that I've seen in a long time.
Now, hold on, Corey. One might say, Sam Darnold may have not been in the since the draft. He may have not been in the right situation because he was at the Jets, which we know isn't the greatest of organizations.
Yeah,
came to the Panthers. He kind of inherited a mess. You know what I'm saying? Some may say him going to the 49ers, being in that situation, that organization, Shanahan and the boys.
Yeah.
He got some pieces around him now, some great pieces.
Yeah.
He got TMC catching out the backfield. One might say this may be because let's give him some credit, right? He can throw. He can throw the ball. The critics say, and the analysts, because we're not expert analysis. The experts say this guy got a cannon, Corey. Maybe he just ain't. So some may say he just haven't had the organization to show that off. What would you say to that, Corey?
My wife said the same exact thing.
Okay.
And you want to know who else came from a interesting situation to a somewhat stable organization, albeit in different sports?
Who was that?
Your man's Russell Westbrook. Okay. Oh, he didn't have pieces around him in Washington. But you know what, man? LA. Woo. LA, man, you got LeBron at 80, but okay, they won't halfway there. But then with the Clippers, the reclamation project. Big V, let's stick back to Sam Darnold, your guy.
Okay.
The man said, albeit with the Jets, it felt like I was seeing ghosts on the field, Big V. This is who we have. This is what we're relegated to. You asked at the top, what is our quarterback situation? The man said, I'm like, who you going to call? Ghostbusters, Big V. The man said he saw ghosts on a Monday Night Football game. That's what he said. That's who is allegedly going to be our backup quarterback. So you asked about, well, what's up with our quarterback situation? My reply to you, my good man, would be what quarterback situation? We don't have a quarterback situation because we technically don't have any quarterbacks. You got Trey Lance. We're still waiting on him.
Right.
You got Brock Purdy. We don't know how long that surgery is going to take. Right. And then you got someone who's completely healthy. But if you want to put him in a uniform and call him a quarterback, be my guest. I'm not. Big V, the only thing that gives me remote pause on this is that he's supposed to be a backup. But as we all know, if you're a backup quarterback for the 49ers, you will play because somebody is going to get clipped. Okay. Somebody's going to get got. And then next thing you know, you're going to see Ghostbuster trotting ass Sam Darnold coming out on the field. That's what you're going to see. So, let's move to Jimmy Garoppolo. I am happy for him. I truly am.
Yeah.
We screwed him over enough. We've had past podcasts where you
Yep.
and I were both talking about, like, dude, we underpaid him. We tried crap. We didn't even give him a copy of the playbook at the top of last year. He was on the side. He won't even practicing with the team, Big V. We treated Jimmy G like Sanford and Son hot garbage. And albeit out of necessity, albeit out of desperation, or albeit that that's just what the market for a quarterback is. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the Raiders that he gets a do-over over there. And this is always a caveat, if he can stay healthy, I think he'll do great things for the Raiders organization. Or whatnot. He's been a true professional for us. Never heard of Pete. We treating him like trash.
Mm-hmm.
And, for us to say, okay, no, you're gone. Oh, no, you're coming back. Oh, no, you're gone again. Oh, no, you're coming back. Will I stay or will I go? So I'm extremely happy for him. He deserves the bag.
Yeah.
Because that's just what going rates of quarterbacks are. He got a fair amount of it guaranteed. And I'm happy for him. I truly am. So that's my thoughts on Jimmy G. What say you?
I'm happy for Jimmy G. I'm with you, Corey, about Sam Darnold. I've totally forgot about that whole Ghostbuster thing. You know what I'm saying? I forgot he said.
Man said he saw ghosts, Big V. That's what man say. Man said he saw ghosts.
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. You know what I mean?
His words, not mine.
His words, not ours. You know what I mean? But I don't. Cool, I'm gonna be honest. Sam Darnold was the last player that I thought y'all would be going after. I kind of saw y'all probably getting rid of Jimmy G, but I thought that was probably for the draft purposes. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe. Sam Darnold on a year contract with Brock Purdy laid up and Trey Lance laid up. You bought in a backup to start. I don't know, but don't we have to trust the Shanahans? We got to.
Right? My wife said the same thing, and that you are right. You are right. That I will agree with you on. I just thought that there was some other quarterbacks out there that we could have gotten.
Right.
I would have taken Baker Mayfield. As a he's in the offense similar to Cleveland, where you're not asking him to do a whole lot. And I think that's where Baker excels the best, just as a stopgap, not the future. But he was out there. Like he was out there. How much now? To be fair, how much would we have having to given up to have gotten him? That I don't know. So I want to be fair with that. Or whatever. Hey, look, man. If Sam Darnold don't play, forget everything I just said today. But I just thought that there was just other, quarterbacks, albeit lower tier, that I would prefer to have as a backup. I just think, and maybe I'm saying it. Maybe I shouldn't harp on the ghost thing, because you're all right. The Jets is a very unstable organization. The Panthers is kind of mid-tier at best.
Right.
Maybe Shanahan can get the guy right. Preferably if he doesn't play, that'll be even greater. But yeah, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters, Big V.
Well, you crazy, man. Corey, I want to switch to some NBA real quick. We don't have to stay on this long. This is just something I observed. And Corey, if I had my own what the hell segment, this would be my what the hell segment.
Okay.
Corey, for the last, I would say maybe for the last year or so, I've been watching the Memphis Grizzlies trying to create this rivalry between them and the Warriors.
Yes.
Corey, I need them to knock it the fuck off. Please stop. Memphis Grizzlies, if you ever see this clip, please stop. Let me tell you why. Y'all haven't won anything. Y'all haven't done anything. Y'all haven't won anything. You haven't done anything. These guys have won 3 to 4 championships.
Yeah. 4.
It's no rivalry, Corey. No newsflash. There's no rivalry between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors. I need them to stop trying to make it one, Corey. Just next time they play, just watch how much shit they talk to the Warriors, dog.
Desmond Bain in particular.
Him and the guy who played dirty sometimes.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, man, knock it off.
And I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say. I meant to say Dylan Brooks. Desmond Bain is actually kind of chill. Dylan Brooks is the one That's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
What
you
are
see
you
what he
doing?
said to Draymond the other night?
I seen it. I seen
Yeah.
it. I'm always like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
what have you done? You know what I mean? Like, what have y'all done as my great co-host would say, as a staff, record label, and a crew? What have y'all done to say, oh, you know what? We're gonna make this a rivalry. No, I'm not gonna allow it to happen. Y'all suck compared to the Warriors, fam. I'm gonna put it out there in case y'all didn't know. Y'all aren't
Yeah.
great. Y'all aren't as talented. Y'all roster ain't loaded like that. Y'all ain't like that. Only one that's really like that is Ja, who y'all gonna be missing for a couple of games. Knock it off. Like, just knock it off. Like, it's not a
You
rivalry,
know,
you know?
it's not a rivalry. And I think now the turnabout fair play with this scenario is that Draymond Green does kind of get a dose of his own medicine with Dylan Brooks.
He
That part I
does.
do find funny.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Whether you like Draymond Green or not, you could argue that he's the Tito Jackson, as Charles Barkley once said to the Jacksons, which I thought was hilarious. You could argue that. You could argue that he's the, all due respect and rest in peace, the takeoff of Migos. You could argue that he's that guy between Steph and Clay. You could argue that, right?
Right.
But here's one thing you can't argue. You can't argue that this man done won like defensive player of the years multiple times. You can't argue that this guy is an all-star or has been an all-star, and you can't argue against the man championships. And while his points per se don't cause a lot of for you to just look and be like, oh, what's this guy doing? It is other things that he does of being, and I get sick of hearing it too, the emotional leader. And there's been times where I'm like, damn, man, why don't Steph Curry and Clay kind of reel this guy in? But you know why they don't reel him in? Because they like him like this.
Yeah, they need him.
They like Draymond Green. He has a quote unquote green light to basically just be as crazy as hell. Yeah. And it works because it sets the tone for them not to be a quote unquote finesse team. Mm-hmm. So you can't take that from him. Dylan Brooks, what do you bring to the table? That's yet to be determined. It's yet to be determined.
Well, do they even have a table at the Memphis Grizzlies organization? Let's start there.
They might have a folding table. Okay. One that you bring out for picnics. It's not permanent and it's not in the dining room, Big V. They got a little fold up. That little fold up. Yeah, they got the white fold up with the little straps at the end that you just bring that mug out. Like you just bring that mug out, you just pull up like little folding chair. They got that table, Big V.
Yeah,
with no tablecloth.
No cloth. No. Meanwhile, the Warriors are eating at the one that stretched from like here to Miami. You know what I mean? I need y'all to knock it off. Knock it off. It's not a rivalry. Like, respect the Warriors, man. It's not a rivalry. It's not a rivalry.
And real quick, because I was swayed. I was listening to NBA radio the other day talking about like what makes a rivalry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like the Chicago and Detroit back in the late 80s and stuff like that. My counter was that, well, yeah, but they won. Like they both teams won respectively, albeit the Detroit was kind of coming down as the Bulls was ascending. But then one good point that they brought up was in the 2000s, the Lakers versus Sacramento. Those rivalries with Chris Webber and stuff used to be epic. And I know they didn't win a championship, but you kind of felt like, at least with them, the pieces was there for them to compete against our Lakers. Right. And I don't quite feel that for Memphis with even though Golden State is down this year. Right. Big V, I equate Golden State down year to this. Golden State down year still means that they're probably going to avoid the play-in and at least get out the first round. That's their down year, right? Carolina's down year is us declining the NIT. Duke's down year is that they're still going to make the tournament and probably get bumped out before the weekend's over with. So everybody got different floors, right?
Yeah.
And I think Memphis, you don't want to give Golden State any more ammunition than they already have.
Right. I agree.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. That's our show, man, bringing that sports talk, how we be bringing that sports talk, how nobody else can get it. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all tap in on a YouTube channel, youtube.com/longtimecomingent. Just type in the Skyzone.Society network. It'll pop right up. You know what I mean? Hey, follow us, subscribe, tap in, man. You know what I mean?
Watch the show. Love.
Yes, man. Continue to supporting us. How you supporting us through watching the shorts, Instagram, however you catching us. Catch us, man. We appreciate that, man. You know what I mean?
Word.
Corey, I know you on vacation this week. Everybody
Yeah.
don't know. Corey takes the first week of the March Madness off
Yes.
every year. This is his time
Every
of the
year.
year. This is his season. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So he gonna be enjoying the great games that are coming on between tonight throughout the week.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
I
Tonight
watched
through
the first
Sunday.
4. I
Yes, me
watched.
too.
I'm talking
Me
about
too.
Big V from opening tip from
Yes,
12
sir. Yes,
to
sir.
about the time the games go off at around 1:30 in the morning. Big V,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
watching all of them.
Watching them. And look, I'm not only watching. Hold on, man. Listen. You know how I'm doing, man. Look, man. You know I'm over here hooping on the PS3 in the studio. You
Oh,
know what I mean? Hooping on the
okay.
PS3 in the studio. I got that. And hold on, you know. I
Oh,
also
there's
got my
more.
hold up, where I'm at. Hold up. It's here somewhere. I can't find my. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is my all-time favorite right here. Never mind the cover though. Never mind the
Oh,
cover.
the 2K7.
You know,
I
so
forgot that 2K did a college series. I totally forgot that 2K
one of the
did that.
greatest. One of the
I don't think
greatest
I've
ever.
ever played a 2K college series.
Bro.
I don't think I've ever played. I've always played EA.
I need you to go. If you still, well, you probably don't got your PS3 anymore.
Oh, I
You know
still
what I
got
mean?
it. Oh, I still got that.
I need
Oh,
you
yes.
to go to Ed McKay today. Pick up this, man. Pick this up. And I think 2K8 might have had Carolina on the cover. 2K6, one of them 7, I think it was 8 maybe had Carolina on the cover. I can't remember what guy. But bro, the recruiting on this was insane. The tournament on this, like, bro, insane. They got like, I think Clark Kellogg and everybody was on here like just doing,
check
man.
that out.
Bro, like they really be have like the tournament breakdown and everything like you see it on TV. Like it's phenomenal, bro. Like I've been playing this and I'll be playing these all week. You know what I mean? Just back and forth. I got seasons going, man. I got creative players going. I get into it like that, man, during this time of the year. Like I get into it. You know what I mean? Like it's like that for me, man. So I'll be enjoying the games too. You know what I mean? Just watching them, catch them how I be catching them. And yeah, man, just enjoying it, man. Just enjoying the tournament, regardless of if Carolina's in it or not.
Oh, absolutely. I'm still going to enjoy it. I'm still going to enjoy it. No question.
And by the way, before I get up out of here, Corey, did you ever think that we would see the day that NC State is in the tournament?
How about that?
And we're not?
Right. No. The short answer to your question, that's a defining hell no. Never thought that. But hey, they deserve it, man. They deserve it. You got just because you got the NC on your chest don't mean that you automatically birth that. And just because you beat Duke 3,000 times last year don't mean crap for next year. So, you know.
I agree, man. Everybody, man, y'all stay safe out here. Enjoy this March Madness this week.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the month, you know what I mean? We're going to tap back in with y'all next week, man. Until then, man, y'all know what it is. Peace.